Hello everyone watching David Farming Channel. Over thousands of years of history, the dragon has become an important cultural symbol for some Asian countries, typically China. However, today, Chinese people have created a unique dish called dragon tongue sashimi. Is this dish made from the dragon's tongue? Today, let's explore with us how Chinese farmers raise thousands of special dragon tongue sashimi. How do Chinese farmers raise and prepare crocodile meat? In Chinese mythology, crocodiles are considered descendants of dragons, so many Chinese people still consider them dragons to this day. However, crocodiles are not considered religious because they are fierce predators. Today, millions of crocodiles are raised on farms in China, playing an important role in the economic development of local communities. In China, crocodile farms are very large, holding hundreds to thousands of animals. These farms are often built in tropical or subtropical climates, especially in Guangdong, Fujian, and Hainan provinces. The most commonly farmed crocodile is the Yangtze crocodile, which is also native to China, with many farms importing and breeding Siamese crocodiles. Crocodile farms are often designed to mimic the crocodile's natural habitat with ponds and large sandy areas for the crocodiles to bask and roam. This helps ensure their natural growth and ability to reproduce. Enclosure areas are often segregated by age and size to ensure that alligators do not compete for food or eat each other. Crocodiles are carnivores, so they are usually fed fresh meat, mainly chicken, fish, and sometimes pork. Unlike other livestock, crocodiles do not need to be fed regularly, only 2 to 3 times a week. Moreover, the amount of food is also strictly managed to ensure that crocodiles grow at a stable rate without wasting food. Chinese farmers also pay great attention to the health of crocodiles. Cleaning cages and ponds is also done regularly to prevent bacteria from growing. Because farmed crocodiles are often susceptible to skin diseases, regular cleaning of cages also ensures the crocodiles are healthy. To increase the number of farmed crocodiles, Chinese farmers carry out the incubation process to produce quality offspring. The incubation process of crocodile eggs is carried out in professional incubators with strictly controlled temperature and humidity. The incubation period for crocodile eggs can last from 60 to 80 days, depending on the species of crocodile. Newly hatched crocodiles usually reach a size of about 19 to 21 centimeters. And they can move quickly right after hatching. At this time, the baby crocodiles are carefully cared for before being released into concentrated breeding tanks or sold for breeding. Large-scale crocodile farms in China can harvest thousands of dollars after each sale of breeding crocodiles. Crocodile farming in China has grown rapidly in recent years, providing a steady income for local farming communities and jobs for thousands of workers in crocodile leather processing factories. Yes, crocodile skin is considered the most valuable part and is commonly used in the fashion industry to produce high-end handbags, belts, and shoes. Each product made from crocodile skin is worth from hundreds to thousands of dollars. There are even some of the world's most famous crocodile skin handbags that cost up to $450,000. Not only harvested for its skin, crocodile meat is also becoming increasingly popular in Chinese cuisine, where it is considered a nutritious delicacy with high protein content and low fat. While the meat parts are prepared by methods such as stir-frying and grilling, crocodile tongue is processed into a unique sashimi dish, often referred to by locals as dragon tongue sashimi. Many people may be scared of this dish, but it is very popular with some Chinese people. The preparation method is very simple. Just clean the crocodile tongue and cut it into bite-sized pieces. This dragon tongue sashimi is enjoyed like many other sashimi dishes. In China, crocodiles are also used in traditional medicine to make medicines that are believed to cure lung-related diseases, relieve pain, and boost the immune system. Many people also often make crocodile meat as processed with some medicinal herbs to improve health. Overall, crocodile farming is a large-scale industry, with farming and processing processes tightly controlled to maximize profits. It plays an important role in the development of the local economy and help farmers stabilize their lives. Have you ever seen a modern bird farm like this? It is not like a normal farm because the equipment and breeding environment are very modern. The bird species raised on this farm is the Hubara bustard. So what do people raise this bird for? Let's explore it with us now. The Hubara bustard is classified as vulnerable by the International Union for Conservation of Nature due to habitat loss and overhunting. As a result, most Hubara bustard farms are built to breed thousands of birds each year and release them into the wild to restore wild populations. Currently, a private center, the Al-Baida Bird Breeding and Research Center, was established in 2020 with the aim of breeding the Hubara bustard in captivity to reintroduce the species into its natural habitat in both Qatar and Central Asia. Currently, Al-Baida Farm is raising 300 female Hubara birds and 200 male Hubara birds in separate cages. The farm consists of outdoor and indoor areas. The breeding and incubation areas are also operated in a separate area. The staff is divided into caring for the young birds and the adult birds. Adult Hubara bustards are kept in closed, carefully controlled temperature and light rooms throughout the year. After the breeding season, adult birds are moved into outdoor socialization aviaries. The farm owners point out that Hubara bustards are not easy to tame, as they need their own space to resemble their natural habitat. Furthermore, they must be kept separate from other birds and animals, so the farm must allocate a separate building for the birds. Keeping Hubara bustards requires extreme care, with the facilities being cleaned and disinfected regularly, and workers being hired to care for them. All food and water provided to the birds must be kept clean and free of contamination. The diet is simple, consisting of local vegetables and grains. Some insects can also be added to provide protein for their growth. In addition to breeding the Hubara bustard to conserve the population, the facility will also produce and release 50,000 Hubara bustards into their natural habitat, which will benefit the agricultural sector in the area, as the birds are an important link in the food chain. Scientists and local farmers also say that the Hubara bustard is a carnivorous bird that hunts worms and rats that are harmful to agricultural crops. The farm's goal is to breed enough birds to maintain a sustainable population and ensure their survival in order to maintain falconry as part of Arabian cultural heritage. So what does Arabian falconry have to do with the Hubara bustard? The Hubara bustard is the favorite prey of falcons in Arabia. Their declining numbers in the wild have affected both wild and captive falcon populations. Falconry has been an integral part of Arab culture for over 4,000 years. It is even recognized as an intangible cultural heritage in some Arab countries. Falcons are traded in famous markets, such as the International Falcon Exhibition in Abu Dhabi and the Souk Waqif Falcon Market in Qatar. Some rare falcons can cost more than $100,000, while rare and highly skilled hunting falcons can fetch even higher prices. Hubara bustard owners say Qatari falconers are particularly fond of the bird and consider it a valuable prey during the falconry season. Uncontrolled hunting with falcons or guns in the past caused the Hubara bustard population to decline. Now, as the Hubara population has gradually recovered, falconry activities have developed. Hunting is often done in the desert. We can see the falcon chasing its prey, the Hubara bustard. It often exhausts its prey while flying, and finally the prey is exhausted under the claws of the fierce falcon. For this activity, Hubara bustard farms can make a profit from falconry, which will go towards the cost of continuing to operate the Hubara bustard farm to ensure that their population does not decline.
We are all familiar with the egg-laying chicken model, but you may not know that small quail can also be providing millions of eggs every day. These mini eggs not only bring high economic value, but are also associated with a unique culture in Japan. Let's explore with me the quail farm in Toyohashi City, Aichi Prefecture, which produces high-quality quail eggs and has become a symbol of Japan's agricultural development. Quails are small birds, only 15 to 20 centimeters long and weighing 100 to 200 grams. In many countries, such as France, quail meat is preferred. However, in Japan, quails are mainly raised for eggs and meat. Despite their small size, they have great economic value thanks to the high quality of quail eggs and delicious meat. In Japanese cuisine, quail eggs appear in many dishes such as hapona, katayaki soba-an, kushikatsu, or bento side dishes. Although its presence may be very small, quail eggs play an important role in culinary culture and consumer markets. Toyohashi City, Aichi Prefecture is one of the areas with a warm climate favorable for poultry farming. Thanks to its special geographical location, located between two major markets, Tokyo and Osaka, the quail farming industry has flourished here since 1921. Today, Toyohashi is not only the center of quail egg production in Japan, but also contributes more than 60% of the country's quail egg production, becoming a symbol of local agriculture. In Toyohashi, there are more than 2.68 million quails raised on 13 farms, producing more than 2.2 million eggs per day. A typical example is the Hatano farm, which raises 280,000 quails and harvests up to 230,000 eggs per day. This is an impressive output, contributing significantly to the domestic quail egg supply and exports abroad. The quail egg industry in Japan does not stop at providing products. Farmers here also share quail farming techniques with students around the world. It can be seen that Japanese quail has become a famous brand, representing Japanese cuisine and agriculture. Quails have some great advantages over other poultry. They do not require too much space and can be raised in large numbers in a small space. In addition, quails consume little feed, helping to save on feed costs. This helps farms maintain high profits. However, they are quite sensitive to stress, so it is important to choose a quiet place and provide suitable space. The environment for raising quails also requires a stable environment with stable temperature and humidity. Basically, they like warm places, so proper insulation measures are needed in the raised space. They also have a fast maturity time. After only about 2 to 3 months, quails have started to lay eggs. Each bird can lay up to 240 eggs per year, with the weight of the eggs being about 8% of the bird's body weight. Quail farms in Japan often use closed and multi-level cage systems, which helps optimize space. Specially designed egg collection troughs help the eggs roll down automatically and move through a conveyor system to the collection area. This helps increase productivity and reduce labor. Quail eggs are harvested once or twice a day, then sorted according to their intended use, such as raw eggs, processed eggs, or boiled eggs. About 40% of the eggs will be boiled into processed foods, peeled and packaged. The remaining 60% will be washed, packaged, and shipped as hygienic raw eggs. Raw quail eggs can be used in traditional Japanese dishes, such as raw eggs served with sushi or other dishes. Japanese quail eggs are now everywhere, from supermarkets to convenience stores. You can easily find boiled quail eggs, vacuum-packed smoked quail eggs, served as a snack with alcohol. This is a very popular product and is increasingly expanding to the international market. Have you ever wondered why quail eggs have brown spots on the shell, completely different from chicken or duck eggs? An interesting fact is that these eggs are still smooth 1 to 2 hours before laying. Then they are printed with porphyrin pigment. Quail eggs laid by the same bird will have identical patterns, like each person's fingerprint. The quail egg industry in Japan is now worth more than $3 million and continues to grow strongly. Although, there have been times when quail farmers have had difficulties due to quail egg choking accidents at school. However, the role of quail eggs in Japanese culture will be difficult to change, so the future of this industry is still wide open. So, we have discovered the uniqueness of the quail farming industry in Japan, an agricultural industry with great potential and bringing a lot of economic value to the country. How do you feel about this? Don't forget to leave a comment to let us know.
Have you ever wondered how the coconut oil products we use every day are produced? They are produced from old coconuts, and the production process is complicated with many stages. So to learn about the process of harvesting and processing coconut oil, please explore in this video right now. See how to harvest and process the tons of coconut oil you use every day. For a long time, coconut has played an important role in the lives of people in tropical regions. Nowadays, with the development of modern life, people use coconut products more popular than ever. Especially in the east of Southeast Asia, where hundreds of tons of coconut are produced every day to serve the beverage processing industry and coconut oil extraction. Coconut production is an important agricultural activity in Southeast Asia, with the region contributing significantly to global supplies. Indonesia is the world's largest producer of coconuts, with a total output of 15 million tons. The crop is a source of high economic value for coastal communities. Coconut is a fruit-bearing tree that can be harvested all year round, and the harvesting method is also very simple. Farmers use long sticks with a fixed scythe, and with just one movement they can harvest a bunch of about 10 to 15 coconuts. Some areas in Thailand plant coconuts in high mounds, surrounded by deep ditches containing water, which not only serve agricultural irrigation but also help harvest coconuts effectively. Fresh coconuts provide raw materials for the beverage industry, while old coconuts are the main raw material in oil presses. The main ingredient when pressing coconut oil is to use old coconuts that are 12 to 13 months old, fully ripe and without parasitic cells. The amount of coconut used to produce 1 liter of coconut oil is from 10 to 15 coconuts or 1 kilogram of grated dry coconut meat. When cold pressed, 0.17 kilograms of coconut oil will be obtained, depending on the scale of production and the process used. In modern processing plants, workers separate the coconut meat from the shells. This work requires the use of human labor to ensure the best quality, using only the colored coconut meat to proceed with the oil pressing stage. After being cleaned many times with water to remove dirt, the coconut meat is put into large blenders to grind into coconut rice. The coconut rice is dried at a temperature of about 50 to 60 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes. When dried, the coconut rice is put into a hydraulic press. At this time pure coconut oil will be obtained. Workers take the pure coconut oil and filter it through many layers of fine filter cloth. After many times of filtering, cold-pressed pure coconut oil will be obtained. Finally, the packaging process is carried out and brought to the market for consumption. Virgin coconut oil contains important minerals and some fat-soluble vitamins such as calcium, magnesium, vitamins that the body can absorb and use immediately. The trace elements in coconut oil have beneficial effects on people's health. Nowadays, coconut oil is not only used as a food that provides fat but also as a main ingredient in the production of beauty products. Not only is it great for extracting coconut oil, the coconut meat is also dried at high temperatures as raw material for some other food industries. It is also processed into coconut milk, a nutritious drink for the human body. Not only that, every part of the coconut tree is also used in human life. You also know, to process coconut oil or products from coconut pulp, everyday processing factories discharge tons of coconut fiber. So how are they treated? Coconut fiber is the outer shell of the coconut, surrounding the coconut shell. Coconut fiber is often used as fuel like charcoal because it has the ability to catch fire very well and burn for a long time. In addition, coconut fiber is also a very good material for producing some household items such as making ropes, carpets, cushions. This is a wonderful use of coconut trees in our lives. In addition, coconut fiber is also the main ingredient in the production of organic fertilizers that are beneficial for plants. Many people think that coconut tree trunks have no use, but nowadays tall coconut tree trunks are very popular for making decorative furniture or even for building houses. Coconut wood is now considered a popular wood to replace rare woods.
Looking from the air, we can see the rice fields in a wonderful green color. At first glance, this is a peaceful rural scene. But if you look closely, in the middle of the rice fields, there are flocks of ducks busy foraging. Normally, ducks are raised around rivers or ponds, but now they are living in rice fields. Is this a new form of farming? Let's find out in this video. China is one of the oldest civilizations in the world, with a rich and diverse agriculture. In particular, the model of livestock farming combined with rice farming is a sustainable agricultural method and helps optimize resources and improve productivity. In addition to combining rice farming and crab farming with fish farming, some areas are also famous for raising ducks in rice fields to increase productivity. So, how is duck farming in rice fields practiced in China? Rice duck farming involves releasing ducks into rice fields, where they coexist symbiotically with the rice plants. The ducks eat insects, weeds, and leftover grains, while their droppings act as natural fertilizer for the rice plants. It has been practiced for centuries in China, most notably in Heilongjiang and some provinces in northern and southern China. Tonghe County, Heilongjiang Province is the most developed area for duck farming combined with rice cultivation. The area has 1.6 million mu of ecological rice fields, in addition to fish rice, crab rice, shrimp rice, and other farming and livestock models. There are also about 10,000 mu of rice fields combined with organic duck farming. Flocks of ducks grazing on the rice fields have become a force to protect the fields and contribute to the production of organic rice. To create a favorable environment for ducks in rice fields, farmers need to build small dikes and canals to confine the ducks and control the water level. The fields are also checked to ensure that there are no toxic chemicals before releasing the ducks. Not all duck breeds can be grazed in the fields. Fishermen often choose local duck breeds because of their adaptability and productivity. They usually release 150 to 200 ducks per hectare. Ducks are not released immediately after transplanting, but about 2 weeks after transplanting rice to avoid damaging the seedlings. Usually, ducks are allowed to move in the fields during the day and are herded to shelters at night. After the rice is ripe, it will be harvested, and the ducks, which have a longer growing period, will continue to be released in the field after the rice is harvested. Because after the rice is harvested, there will be many grains scattered on the field, becoming a source of food for the ducks. This form of integrated farming brings optimal efficiency to both rice fields and ducks. Thousands of acres of rice fields are cultivated using organic and ecological methods. Pest control and weeding are mainly done by ducks without using chemicals or herbicides. The fields use organic fertilizers, which not only improve the quality of rice, but also help protect the soil. Many people believe that raising ducks in rice fields will reduce productivity because they will eat the rice. However, if raised properly, ducks will not eat rice leaves, and their bodies during the adult stage will not crush or knock over the young and fragile rice plants. During the process of ducks growing and the rice grains starting to ripen, ducks will eat the rice grains, so farmers usually do not release ducks into rice fields at this time. The problem of weeds is no longer a challenge for farmers, because when the rice plants grow strongly, weeds will have difficulty growing. Ducks produced using the duck rice method provide excellent quality meat and eggs. Often promoted as organic, they are sold at a higher price than intensive farming operations. Each crop, Chinese farmers sell higher quality duck eggs, duck meat, and rice, and their profits increase. Farmers also save money on pesticides or herbicides, thereby reducing production costs and increasing profits. This contributes to protecting the environment and ecosystem, reducing greenhouse gas emissions. This farming method also creates a rich habitat for other aquatic organisms, contributing to local biodiversity. Ducks mainly play the role of water conduction, weeding, insect catching, and fertilizing. So Chinese farmers often say that ducks are the real guardians of rice fields. Not only in China, the model of raising ducks combined with rice fields is also popular in Southeast Asia, such as Vietnam and Thailand. We have just discovered how Chinese farmers combine duck and rice farming models. How do you feel? Leave your comments below to let us know. Chicken has long been considered the most popular food source for humans because of its low cost and ease of preparation, especially for areas like India and Pakistan where food sources are limited due to religious reasons. Chicken is the main source of protein and is widely used. Today, let us explore the role of the chicken industry in Pakistan. In Pakistan, pork is not consumed due to religious beliefs, as the majority of the population is Muslim. With the religious ban on pork, chicken is the main alternative for millions of Pakistanis. Chicken is versatile, affordable, and widely accepted across all communities, making it a staple food in both rural and urban households. The poultry industry in Pakistan is extensive, ranging from small family farms to large-scale commercial operations. There are an estimated 15,000 poultry farms across the country, with capacities ranging from 5,000 to 500,000 broilers. Pakistan's poultry industry produces 1.2 million tons of chicken meat each year. Like many other regions, the poultry industry in Pakistan is also developed in two ways, namely closed farming and free range. Free-range chicken farms are commonly found in rural areas. Free-range chickens are fed a diet of grass, seeds, insects, and grains, resulting in leaner meat with a richer flavor than commercial chickens. Free-range chickens also produce tastier eggs that command higher prices than commercial chickens. On large-scale poultry farms, chickens are typically raised in controlled environments with feeding and disease prevention programs to ensure high productivity. These farms operate under both traditional and modern systems, with commercial farms using advanced technologies such as automatic feeders, temperature-controlled housing, and selective breeding programs to ensure production. On these farms, chickens are typically raised for meat production, and when mature, they are transported to processing plants. Processing plants use modern technology to transform live chickens into consumer products that are widely distributed throughout Pakistan. These plants are equipped with machinery that automates the slaughtering, plucking, and cutting processes, ensuring hygiene and efficiency. Many plants are equipped with advanced technology, including freezing and packaging equipment, which helps extend shelf life. One of the most distinctive features of the chicken processing plant in Pakistan is that it follows Islamic practices, ensuring that the chickens are slaughtered according to Halal requirements. This includes reciting the prayer before cutting the jugular vein by hand or by machine, which is an important part of Halal certification. After slaughter, thousands of chickens on automatic lines will be transported through stages such as feather removal, organ processing, and cleaning. The final product is packaged in fresh or frozen form. Frozen preserve meat for long shelf life, especially for export. The poultry processing industry in Pakistan also meets the requirements of hygiene standards to ensure food safety and hygiene. The Pakistan Poultry Association works to monitor and support the industry, ensuring compliance with the standards, national and international standards. However, many challenges remain in disease management and access to high-quality feed. In addition to meeting domestic consumption needs, Pakistan is also developing the poultry export market, especially for food safety certified chicken products. The combination of domestic consumption and export opportunities, this import makes poultry an important part of Pakistan's agricultural economy. The importance of chicken processing plants in Pakistan goes beyond food production. They also contribute to rural employment and support the economy by creating jobs in the agriculture, processing, and distribution sectors. As the demand for affordable food increases, the poultry industry in Pakistan remains a cornerstone of the country's food security strategy. The poultry farming and processing industry also contributes 1.3% to Pakistan's GDP, and is expected to continue to grow in the future as demand for poultry products increases. Advances in farming technology, disease control, and sustainability measures will be critical to the industry's long-term success. In the cultural and religious context, the people of Pakistan cannot develop their economy through livestock farming, so the poultry industry is one of the alternative industries. It not only provides cheap food, but also ensures food security for the country in difficult times. For farmers in Southeast Asia, toads are a nutritious and expensive delicacy. However, in Australia, they are considered an invasive species that must be eradicated. So, why don't Australians turn invasive toads into a valuable food item to make it easier to control them? Let's find out in this video. Cane toads were introduced to Australia in 1935 from Hawaii to control sugarcane pests, but due to favorable climate, the toad population grew rapidly. Over the past decade, cane toads have become one of the most destructive invasive species in Australia. Since their introduction, cane toads have spread throughout northern Australia, including Queensland, the Northern Territory, and parts of Western Australia and New South Wales. They continue to expand their range and spread at an estimated rate of 40 to 60 kilometers per year. To control this pest, Australian authorities have issued many measures to control them. One of the measures to control cane toads is to use traps. This is the most common method used by both professionals and community groups to kidnap sugarcane. Because traps can catch large numbers of cane toads in the wild, trapping toads is usually done at night because this is the time they are mainly active. Some hunters also use guns to hunt toads. Sounds unbelievable, right? This is completely true in Australia, but only a few hunters use this method because it is quite expensive, so it is not very popular. Although killing toads with guns is not easy, professional hunters can easily take down toads with just one shot. Trapping and cane toad capture are direct methods of control, often involving the large Australian farming community. Volunteers go out at night with lights and capture cane toads by hand. Once collected, the toads are humanely disposed of in accordance with animal welfare standards. So, what effects do cane toads have on agriculture and the livestock industry in Australia? Although cane toads were originally introduced to control agricultural pests, they have also become a pest. Cane toads do not significantly reduce insect populations, but instead cause problems for livestock, especially if animals come into contact with the toads or their toxins. In particular, livestock and poultry are also negatively affected by toad populations. Not only that, toads also affect feed storage areas, causing large amounts of livestock or poultry feed to spoil, causing a direct impact on the farm owner's economy. Cane toads eat a variety of insects and small animals, causing a decline in the food source for native species and disrupting local ecosystems. Cane toads secrete a potent toxin from their parotid glands that can be fatal to animals that attempt to eat them. Many native Australian predators such as snakes, lizards, birds, and even crocodiles have died after eating cane toads, leading to a decline in their populations. While cane toads are not a direct threat to human health, their toxins can harm pets and children who come into contact with them. Due to the above threats, cane toads are believed to have impacted indigenous communities, especially those who rely on hunting native wildlife for food and cultural practices. Measures to reduce cane toads have been applied by Australian farmers for nearly a decade, but have not really eliminated this species. Because cane toads are extremely difficult to eradicate due to their high reproductive rates, on average female toads can lay up to 30,000 eggs at a time, and in particular, they have the ability to adapt to many different environments. Therefore, the problem of controlling cane toads has become increasingly complicated and difficult. So, why don't Australians eat toads to reduce invasion? The main reason is that cane toads have toxins similar to pufferfish. This amphibian secretes a very strong toxin called bufotoxin, which is secreted from the salivary glands behind the eyes. This toxin can cause serious illness or death in most animals, including humans, if ingested. This poison affects the heart and can lead to cardiac arrest, making the consumption of cane toads extremely dangerous. Because of their toxicity, Australians do not dare to eat them. But, in contrast to Australians, toads are a favorable dish of Vietnamese people and some Southeast Asian regions. Vietnamese farmers are very skillful in processing toads. They know how to remove the toxins and process them into delicious dishes. Vietnamese people have eaten toad meat for decades. This is a quite expensive dish and is considered a specialty in many regions. Even the number of toads in the wild has decreased sharply because they are used as food. According to research, toad meat contains higher amounts of protein and zinc than other types of meat such as beef and pork. So, it is used to improve the health of people and children with rickets, malnutrition, and slow growth. Specifically, in 100 grams of toad meat, there are 55.4 grams of protein and 65 milligrams of zinc. However, to prepare toads into a dish, the processors need to have experience in preparing them because they are no different from the Japanese pufferfish dish. The toad's internal organs and skin are carefully removed to avoid harm to health. If Australians knew how to process toad meat, surely they would not have become an invasive species, right?